This is an English typewriter. Compact, simple. Press a key and the letter is struck onto paper. Using it feels almost identical to typing on a modern computer. And this is a Chinese typewriter. Bulky, complicated. To type a word, you first have to find it on a large character plate, pull a lever, and then the character is stamped onto paper. It's far less convenient than an English typewriter. But English only has 26 letters. Chinese has tens of thousands of characters. In an era of limited technology, this seemed like a problem impossible to solve. Until, in 1947, someone built this machine, the Mingkuai Chinese typewriter. Instead of a tray with 2,000 character slots, it used a 74-key keyboard. You can type Chinese, just like typing English. And despite being only slightly larger than an English typewriter, it didn't just type 2,000 characters, nor 20,000 characters. It could type 90,000 characters in total. Only one such machine was ever made, and that one machine has been lost for more than half a century. When I first heard of the Mingkuai typewriter, I thought it was an urban myth. How could a purely mechanical device possibly type 90,000 characters? But numerous photos proved it's real, and even a video showed it in operation. Its inventor was a Chinese author, Nobel Prize nominee Lin Yutang. According to his biography, as early as 1931, he dreamed of inventing a Chinese typewriter that, like his English counterpart, anyone could use without special training. He became obsessed. Every morning at 5 or 6, he rearranged the characters, redesigned the keyboard, and repeated this again and again. After 16 years, he finally built the first fully functional prototype. Unfortunately, due to its high manufacturing cost, no company was willing to mass produce it. And 19 years later, that one prototype was lost during a move. Luckily, a set of patents filed in 1952 preserved the Mingkuai's mechanism. Those patents survive to this day. We tried building the machine based on those patents, even making small mechanical models to test it. But as the diagrams went from this to this to this, we eventually had no idea what to do. Still, though we couldn't recreate Mingkuai typewriters mechanically, we built an electric replica based on its principles. This is our version of the Chinese typewriter. Although it's far from the original, it demonstrates how the Mingkuai worked. So how could a Mingkuai typewriter type 90,000 characters? It used a 3-level drum system. The large drum carried 6 medium drums. Each medium drums carried 6 small drums. Each small drum had 8 faces, and each face held 20 type slots, 29 in the original Mingkuai. That means the Mingkuai could hold 6 times 6 times 8 times 29 equals to 8,352 characters. Here's how it worked. Say you wanted to type the character Hu. First, you need to press the key for its left component, the square mouth radical. The triple drum would rotate the characters carrying that radical on the left. Next, you press the key for the right bottom stroke vertical hook. The carriage would move the characters that vertical hook on the right. There can be up to 8 such characters, and this is where the magic happens. By attaching a device called the magic eye, you could preview those 8 characters through a small display in front of you. Beneath that window was the preview drum, engraved with the same characters as the main drum. User could see it with an optical system. The preview drum was synchronized via belts, so it moves with the paper carriage and the main drum. The mechanism is so clever that the 8 characters ready to print were exactly the 8 shown in the window. Finally, you press the number key corresponding to the desired character. The mechanism will rotate the type arm, the hammer will strike, and the character will be printed. The experience was remarkably similar to how we input Chinese characters today. This method, searching characters by their upper left and lower right radicals, was Lin Yutang's own invention, the instant index system. But even with the triple drum design, it could only directly print about 8,000 characters. How did it reach 90,000? Because around those 8,000 type slots, around 7,000 were complete characters, and the rest were radicals, about 70 phonetic components, and 1,300 graphic components. By combining these radicals, you could form new characters. For instance, to type the character yen, you first press the key for mouth radical and print it on paper. Then press those 2 keys that gives you the character yen. The smaller one is the radical. Type that as well, and they form the whole character. That's one of roughly 70 times 1,300, about 91,000 possible combinations. Many of those combinations weren't real characters, but the concept was revolutionary. Traditional Chinese typewriters couldn't type characters they don't have, but Mingkuai allowed rare or even new characters to be composed mechanically. Its design brilliance was truly breathtaking. Even today, we find it challenging to reproduce such precision using brushless motors. 76 years ago, Lin Yutang achieved it using gears, chains, and levers. But with our electric version, there's one benefit. Once the keyboard is modified, it can type automatically. When I sat before the typewriter practicing typing, I felt it was a miracle, wrote Lin Yutang's daughter, Lin Taiyi. Indeed, the triple draw mechanism and the top-bottom radical indexing method beautifully solved the problem of storing and retrieving thousands of Chinese characters. In 1947, it could only be described as a miracle. Sadly, this milestone invention was never mass-produced. The project bankrupted Lin Yutang, who had once published several bestsellers. Lin Taiyi later wrote, "Every part was handmade and costly, but father had already invested so much, he couldn't stop halfway." The Mingkuai was admired, but he was deep in debt. One afternoon, I came home to find my mother in tears. Years of saving